What's up, Mac Nostalgia? Dave here with a review of Ella Mai's third album, Do You Still Love Me? This is her follow-up to her last album that came out back in 2022, good chunk over 3 years since the last one at this point. And I have to say, Ella Mai's last album disappointed me quite a lot. I think I was just really fixated on the appeal of her initial debut sound, of course, back in 2018 or so with Boot Up, that big breakthrough single. I was really into that sound from her, just kind of a throwback R&B sound. And there's a lot of other tracks from that time period that I had quite a lot of time for as well. Of course, Trip, which is also a big hit, Breakfast in Bed. There's a lot of cool tracks there, and I just didn't really feel like the second album hit the same at all, frankly. And since then, we did get that 3-song EP 3 back in 2024. One of those songs is now on this new album as well. And it feels like Ella Mai's kind of at a crossroads musically, at least for her career. Her career as like a big star, or at least an ascendant star, the way we once thought of her, 8 years ago already at this point. And not to say that Ella Mai isn't doing well, of course. She is in a high-profile relationship with Jason Tatum, recently welcomed a child with him, seems to be doing just fine. But musically, I am a bit curious to see where things go. After listening to Ella Mai's third album, Do You Still Love Me? I think I just need to shift my expectations of what I want her sound to be like. 2 albums since her debut and breakthrough, her sound is much more contemporary R&B than the more throwback elements that made her rapid rise so successful and popular. I think I just need to get over that and adjust to the type of music she's making. Even though they make very different styles of R&B, this kind of reminds me about how I feel about Georgia Smith these days as well, where the early stuff is not really what the new stuff is at all. With this new album, Ella Mai has collaborated almost exclusively with her label head, DJ Mustard, and Mustard forgoes a lot of his traditional percussion trademarks to make something that definitely fits what Ella Mai is doing. Overall, I like this album a lot more than that second album. I just don't think we reach the highs of the early stuff still. But on the moments where Ella Mai is on a faster tempo and livelier production and her vocals have a bit more punch to them, I think that's where she really shines. It's the slower, more ballady stuff that kind of gets lost in the sauce for me. I'm really curious how many other people are kind of stuck on her debut sound versus having adjusted to what she's doing now. Going through the track list here, that first song, There Goes My Heart, I like the bass drum. I like when Ella Mai's vocals actually pick up a bit. I think when there's a bit more immediacy and urgency to her delivery, I think that's when the songs sound the best. Track 3, My Mind, I like the snares there and the keys, really nice production from Mustard. Somebody's Son, probably some of the better lyrics on the whole project. You can kind of guess what that's about. Little Things, this was from the EP from, a year and a half ago or so, but I really like this track. I think the drum kit sounds great, and the tempo here is awesome. Lyrically, it kind of reminds me a lot of Breakfast in Bed, frankly, but I think it's just a really fun and pleasant song to be with because it just has kind of a pace and urgency to it. But then right after that, we slow things right back down with the song Outside, which is a bit of a bummer. Luckiest Man, I love the vocals on this one. I love the way that bass drops in. Some of those harmonizing moments where Ella Mai just kind of harmonizing with herself. Really beautiful singing. I would love more of that, frankly. Tell Her. This song has certainly gotten a lot of attention because of its high-profile Say My Name, Destiny's Child interpolation. Overall, though, I think the song is really good. I love that beat loop there, and Ella Mai's vocal performance certainly matches the standard and expectation you would have when you're sampling something as certified and as essential and classic as the best Destiny's Child song. After that, though, there's kind of a lot of whatever fine songs to me. The last track, No Angels, I enjoyed the playfulness of those keys, and I think the gospel choir in the background towards the outro of that song sounds really great as well. So yeah, it's clearly an album for me that just doesn't reach those same highs. Perhaps feels a little bit unambitious in the sense that there's nothing that was attempting to be a big high that just doesn't really land either. So kind of reminds me of just a standard R&B album, frankly. I think I just need to adjust my expectations because 2018 was a long time ago. Let me know though, what did you think of Ella Mai's third album? Do you still love me? Are you vibing with it more than me? What song did you like the most? Let me know. For more music reviews, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.